What's up, everybody? Welcome to Authentic Podcast, New Zealand's number one podcast. Here with your host, Brandon. Joining me today, we have guys. Make sure you guys get your red carpets and warm welcomes to fashion designers and surfers from Hawaii, Lucy and Sive. What's up, guys? How's it going?
Hi.
Well, guys, we have a treat for you guys tonight. We have some special guests, TikTok influencers and famous people, from all the way from Waianae in Hawaii. Yeah, so guys, first of all, go ahead and introduce yourselves. So just give us you guys full names, um, tell us you guys' age, where you guys from, and then also special question: if there's anywhere in the world you could travel to, where would it be and why?
Okay, well, I'll go first because you told me to go first. So, my name is just Lucy. Like, you just call me Lucy. I'm 19. We're actually from California, but we live here on Oahu now. One place I want to travel is probably Australia because I just want to surf and hang out and just mostly surf.
Oh, wow, that's cool. Oh, wait. Okay, it's my turn. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm Sive. I'm 18. And if I could travel anywhere, I would travel to Easter Island because when I was like 12, I saw this really cool like marine biology documentary, and that's when I wanted to go there.
Wait, that's really good.
Yeah, it's so cool
The
there.
island sounds amazing. I've never been there, but are those one of the statues? No.
Yeah, the one with statues.
Nice.
I just want to go wherever you go.
But obviously, we gotta get there.
We're going everywhere. We're gonna travel everywhere, actually.
Yeah, that's our plan.
Sounds like a great plan. All right, we'll just start off with the first question. So, talk to us about you guys' fashion page. Like, what kind of process inspired you guys to create fashion?
Okay, well, I started sewing because my grandma used to sew, and then like our grandparents, they raised us with their parents, and so like I was cleaning like the closet and stuff. Then I found my grandma's like sewing machine, and then my papa said I could have it. Then I took the sewing machine and I taught myself. Like I just sat at the table for like a long time teaching myself, and then I taught Lucy how to sew after. And then like we started making like bathing suits together and like different clothes and stuff, and we kind of just like make whatever like we feel like making, like whatever we think is cool. That's what we kind of like just make.
She's really good at it. Like, she's just being humble.
No,
Like, no, like
no.
ever since we were younger, she used to change her outfits like every like 30 minutes. Like, she would go
Yeah.
change her outfits. Like, she loves fashion. She's so good at it. And like, she never posts a lot of her stuff, but she's so good. Like, she's like the best fashion person I know.
Oh, thanks, Lucy. Thanks.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
it's
sad.
like drive my parents crazy, but yeah.
Yeah, and she teaches me, but sometimes she kind of isn't that patient with
No,
me.
I'm really patient with it.
No, I'm
It's
just kidding.
She
I'm just
starts
kidding.
projects sometimes. You know, to finish them. But then but she finishes them sometimes.
No, yeah, but
Yeah.
she's really talented at this.
Thanks,
I
Lucy.
help her, but it's mostly all her. Like, she can go really far.
Thanks, Lucy.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's so nice of you.
I like
Yeah, so we kind of just like do everything together. It's a good bonding experience making clothes together. It's cool.
What
Yeah.
would you say are you guys like, cause with fashion, right, everything comes with inspiration. It could be whatever it is, whether it be culture, whether it be a person's influence. Like, what would you say is what would you say would be you guys' major influence, or Siva's major? What's your major influence when you're creating fashion?
Um, my major influence. Like when I started sewing, like I used to like sew with like a lot of like Polynesian fabrics, and so I used to like make a lot of that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
And then like as I got older, like I kind of just like started seeing like a lot of different things, and it's like I kind of like just try to like do everything that's like kind of like going right now. But like when I make things, I usually just like make them if I think they look cool. Like I'll draw it out and stuff, and if it looks cool, like I'll just kind of like just make it. Yeah. I just like make the clothes for me, honestly. And if people like them, then I hope they like them. But usually the clothes I make them just for me. Yeah. I don't know, is that
Yeah, that's totally cool. I guess I like how you talked um, about I specifically talk about like Polynesian culture, especially with your designs, because that's something that I've noticed. Like looking at you guys' page and your designs, like it's you know a lot, I guess, cultural influence, and especially with you two both being Polynesian, right? Like seeing you guys' content, whether it be TikTok or or IG or YouTube, like how important are you guys' Pacific roots to both of you?
really important because like since like we were like raised with our grandparents, like our mom and them, like that's pretty much like all we know. And so like the way we express ourselves, like the way that like we like how we grew up and stuff, like that's pretty much all we know. And so like when we go places, like do things, like the thought of like being Polynesian, like what that means kind of like goes everywhere with us.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think we're really proud to be Polynesian.
Yeah.
Like, it's just really cool, right?
Yeah, because like the culture is just like it's really cool. Yeah.
Like it's like because our grandparents like they raised us like with our mom and dad too.
Yeah.
Like we were raised with a family like you know like
We
really
raised
strong.
strong.
Like
And
it's just who
family
we are.
bond.
Like you said, like we're really proud to be who we are.
yeah, like our grandparents, like they weren't really like afraid to go anywhere, like do anything. And so like kind of like watching them doing that and like them coming from the island, it kind of just like shows us like if you're Polynesian, like you can kind of like do anything because like we come from like warriors and all that kind of stuff. And so like
Mhm.
it's like cool stuff like that.
Super profound, guys. Wow, great Polynesians from the other side. Well, yeah, that's super cool. I like how you guys touched on the family aspect, right? I feel like with in general, whether you be you know in Polynesian culture, whether it be you be Tongan, Fijian, Samoan, Hawaiian, you know whatever, like family is. I feel like family is the most number one priority between you know all of us. I guess like for example, like you guys bond with each other. You guys are sisters, right? You guys basically probably don't do anything without the other. Like it's the same as I guess Polynesian culture, right? Like we want to be with our family all the time, and family is you know what drives us to do things that we want to do, whether it be fashion, whether it be our careers or school or goals. So that's super cool. Um, let's move on to surfing, guys. Surfing. So did you know like so 4% of New Zealand actually surfs? Not quite a lot. It's about like 180,000 ish people out of like 4 million. So yeah, just talked about the you guys love for surfing.
I think my love from surfing comes from like I just get really happy in the water, but mostly like the most times where I'm having fun is not when the waves are the best. Like the best days of surfing is when like I'm with my siblings because there's 5 of us.
Yeah.
Like when we're surfing together, it's really funny.
Yeah, because we do pranks with each other and
Yeah.
just like mess around in the water.
Like all we do is laugh, and I think sometimes people get annoyed at us, but we just laugh. We take each other's waves. We put pranks on each other. Yeah, and like that's really fun. Like
That's the best times.
I think that's what like makes me love surfing is that I get to do it with my family.
Mm-hmm.
But then also like when you catch a really good wave and then your sibling sees it, it's just like, oh yeah, I just caught that wave. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it just makes me feel happy, especially being with my siblings and my family, like my mom and dad in the water. Yeah, and I just mostly like to catch good waves in front of them.
That is true. She does catch a lot of good waves.
Because you actually in the qualifier, right, for the Olympics. Is that correct?
Yes.
So yeah, so obviously, guys, if you don't know how good they, you know, or she is, and also I guess that you guys all surf, right? I mean, she was over here
Yeah.
hyping you up, so I'm like, yeah, she's actually.
No, she's good. She's
No,
really good.
No, wait, no, she's
No,
good.
stop.
She's good too.
No, like Seabait's really good. Like I don't like when she shortboards because she catches good waves. No, I like when you're good, but I don't like the competition against.
Yeah, but we love surfing with each other. Yes. So she got to do like the Olympic qualifier, and that was a good experience for her. She had a lot of fun and stuff.
Yeah, that's super cool. And only 19 as well, right? So like, um, what were like? How old was everyone else that you're competing against? Was it pretty big
I think it
competition?
was. Sorry, I didn't even pick you off.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Uh, Sorry. I think it was like I think it could be from like 16-ish,
Yeah.
like maybe a few to like 20-ish, 30-ish, like late 20s, I would say. Yeah, I would say around like those ages. I didn't qualify, but I know that if I keep working
Yeah,
hard,
for sure.
Yeah.
then I think in the next 4 years, hopefully I qualify. But I was just like really thankful to like be able to get there. Cause like sometimes when you work so hard and you like don't get any results, it can be very like discouraging.
Yeah, it is.
Like especially when you
It's
like know
hard.
you're good enough and you see like kids that you're just as good as like move forward and you don't get there. Like it
Yeah.
sucks, right?
It's hard, yeah, because like surfing's like been like one of the best experiences for us, but like getting to like some competitions and like being with the other kids, it's like been like hard to get there because like we don't have like the same opportunity as them.
Yeah,
And so like sometimes like we used to like or like we train a lot and like sometimes like we train like harder than other people, but like we still don't have the same opportunities. And so
Yeah.
like when Lucy got to go to the qualifier, like we're just like so happy because like after like so many years, like we finally got like a
Yeah.
really good opportunity for her. And like that was really cool.
Right. No, yeah. Right. It was super cool. I was really
Yeah.
thankful. Yeah. Because sometimes I feel like we work so hard and then nothing good happens.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like it's really
oh
hard to
yeah,
like see everything. Yeah.
But
yeah,
that was a really good experience.
Yeah,
It was
she had a lot of
awesome.
fun. And that was cool that she got to represent like
Yeah.
Polynesia and stuff like that. That was cool.
yeah. Exactly. That's super cool. I mean, I like what you guys talked about experience, right? And I feel like people tend to forget like the best part about learning is actually the experience, right, and the journey wherever you go. And what's cool about success, it only comes through failure, right? So the more we fail, the more likely that we are to succeed. What are your guys' thoughts on having more Polynesians participate in water sports, whether it be surfing, whether it be sailing, whether it be whatever it may be? Like, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
I would love to see like more Polynesians like in the water. Like that's like who we are and like that's where like we should also be. Like it's a part of our culture and I feel like if more Polynesians like did it together, like it even like um I don't know, I just feel like it'd be a really cool experience even for the kids to like have like more opportunities than just like playing like
Mhm.
rugby and like football and like volleyball and stuff. It's just like another outlet, even if it's like not a sport they want to do, like pursue, like it's always like a good
Yeah,
hobby to like have and like you can do it for like the rest of your life, which is like really cool.
Yeah. I think it's important. Like, I think it
Yeah.
would be so cool because, like, looking back on our history, how we used to like
Yeah, like that's who we
voyage to
are.
sea, like, it's literally like in like it's who we are, like it's in our
Yeah.
blood. Like, I think
It's
if
natural to us.
yeah, like I think if more Polynesians started doing ocean sports and started surfing, we would see way more Polynesian surfers that like could
yeah,
actually compete on like top level because
Yeah.
it's just like who we are. Like
Yeah.
surfing started in Polynesia.
And like everything like basically like just like I don't know, it's just kind of crazy to think that like they used to just like be out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah,
And like that's like really scary because like being in the ocean is like with like
it's scary. Yeah,
it
no,
is
yeah.
scary.
Especially in Polynesia, the waves are huge.
Like
Like
sometimes I became scared and I'm like, oh my god.
and they didn't even have like any leashes or anything,
Anything.
and they just went out on huge waves
Waves.
and went surfing. Like that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, like these like voyage across the whole entire Pacific. Like,
yeah,
that's scary. Like
Mhm.
being in the water, like big swells come. Like sometimes it's scary. Like just to think that they were like out there, just like moving along. It's crazy because it like the ocean is like really scary. Even when it's like there's no waves, like you never know.
it's
It can
dangerous.
switch like
Yeah.
so fast.
because honestly, I've never really like known like another, I guess, Polynesian professional surfer, right? Um, and then like there's probably not a lot, but like I always like when I did that, I did some research about I mean, okay, quick experience when I think I was in Utah and I was walking around. This old man came up to me and he said, where are you from? I said, I'm from New Zealand, but I'm Samoan. And then he said, oh my gosh, like, do you not know that your ancestors were like one of the best sailors or voyagers? And then he's like, and you guys could read and navigate unlike anyone else could ever see. And then like I
Yeah.
didn't really think too much about it, and I was like thinking about what you guys said, right? Like we were actually all we knew was water, right? We only knew
Yeah.
like water was around us. That's how we like our main source of protein was fish, right? So we went and did some fish. Like we only or went fishing. Um, but other than that, like I never see any of us like Polynesians enter into sports like rowing or surfing or sailing. You know what I mean? So like thinking about that, I'm like, I feel like 100% agree with you guys. If our Polynesian culture or if our Polynesian community, I guess, because there's other sports than football, rugby, and basketball. You know, like there's a lot other for us that we can do. Like what just like what you guys said. And then maybe we can win some more gold medals. You know, or the Olympics,
Yeah,
or you know,
100%. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, it would just be cool to see like more like Polynesians surfing and like just doing water sports. I feel like it's just another way to like also connect to the culture because it is like a part of us.
yeah.
And
I've
like
always wondered why we didn't. You know, I've always wondered why that disconnect happened between Polynesian water things. But has there ever been a failure in you guys' lives that you have ever been grateful for?
um yes. When I was like 13, 14, okay, this might sound like really like not good, but I cracked my skull and I had like 27 stitches in my head and they took out a piece of my skull and I have two plates and like six screws in my head and I couldn't surf for like over a year and it was really sad, but I think like after that whole entire injury I think I just like started to like appreciate life more because I was so young and like I kind of took everything for granted because I didn't like understand.
Hmm.
Like after that, like I didn't appreciate surfing until like after my accident, and like I was like super close to my family and stuff, but like after I got hurt, like I didn't realize like how much like my actions like reflect on my family, and
Hmm.
like it made me really sad to like see my mom and dad like so worried about me because like I was supposed to die, but like luckily I didn't. And like when I came home, when I saw my siblings, like they all like ran to my bed and like I was like really messed up. Like, I kind of like scary, like honestly. But like seeing them like coming to my bed and like not seeing them after like a really long time because I was in the hospital for a long time. It kind of like made me like start appreciating them like a little more too. Because like when you're young, like they're just like your siblings, like they're kind of just like they're your best friends, but like when you almost die and like you're not gonna like ever see them again, that might seem like so like cliche. It's actually like really sad and like when I was in the hospital, like I couldn't see anybody
Hmm.
and like we lived in a small house like our whole entire life and so like, it's always just like been like the five of us and so like not seeing my siblings for like that long kind of like it made me really sad and like just being in the hospital and like seeing my parents like that and like even after like them having to like take care of me I think that like it really changed my life and like it made me appreciate everything like a lot. It's fine now so like yeah
Yeah,
really
that's.
see.
I think that's cool how you have like having like that kind of perspective on life at a young age because I think we don't really realize what you've learned at that age a little bit later in our lives for like most people, right? Like we do tend to take a lot of things for granted, whether it be family, opportunities, um, friends or whatever it may be. Like I feel like sometimes it's good to have a little setback to just focus on the bigger picture and like how it just helps us realize like what we really have and what everything is actually worth and what they value, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, yeah. It was pretty scary, like, especially because like I was like super close with my papa, like all of us were, and like he was in Samoa during the time, and like
Yeah.
he when he was there, like he kept like calling to like talk to me and stuff, like he couldn't talk to me, and so it kind of like made me sad, like I couldn't talk to my papa and stuff. So yeah, it was quite an experience, and so like yeah, it was pretty bad. But it's okay now.
When she came back,
Yeah.
um, when she came back, we
Yeah.
were sleeping next to each other.
Yeah.
And then I woke up and I started like, cause I missed her so much, so I started doing jokes to her. But
Yeah.
she wasn't in the mood for the jokes.
Yeah, because when I cracked my skull, like I had like bleeding in the brain, and now
Yeah,
I'm like
my
I'm
God.
partially deaf in my like right ear or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Like there was like blood. Okay, don't put this in there. But,
Yeah,
like,
just don't put my
yeah, there was like
don't put my
blood coming out of my ears and like everything. They shaved like half of my head off.
Oh, she looked nuts. She
Bro,
looked-
I look like you. Have you seen the Goonies?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, I look like the monster, bro.
no, her eyes were purple like this.
And my
both
face
her
was purple,
eyes were
you know.
purple.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Bro, she looked like the
But it was like I look scary. Like I couldn't even walk after like not walking. I had to like learn how to walk again.
Like,
Oh no, it's fine. I tell everybody.
like I didn't feel like I had.
No, like, you don't have to give me a hug. Like it's perfectly fine.
Okay.
But I think it changed everyone's lives, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think it made it closer, us closer as a family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm asking you. It did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess moving on to our last question. You know, what does authentic mean to you guys?
It means being
Be
ourselves.
Hey, let's
Like,
go.
yeah, I just mean yeah, like me, Lucy and I like
We're really off.
no, like we just like do whatever we feel like doing, and like sometimes like people think like we're immature or like weird because like we just like to like make jokes and like do funny things when we're with each other.
Yeah. Like I think like people don't like expect us to like act how we act.
Yeah, like a lot of people like assume that we're like
Like bad or
bad.
like we like to go out. We just like to like make jokes.
Like make jokes, hang out with the family, and
But
just,
that's-
like just cruise on.
That's part of like, you know, being Polynesian, right? Making jokes. But yeah. Guys, thank you guys for joining us today. You guys are amazing. All your experiences and stuff.
Thanks for having us.
Pretty sure all the guys and people here in New Zealand will be super happy, you know, with you guys' thoughts and stuff like that. But yeah, and guys, make sure you guys check it out on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, and also we'll put down the girls' ads at the bottom of the description below, as well as and also their page as well and their YouTube channel. Guys, check them out. We'd like to thank you guys again. But yeah, thanks for joining us, guys.